Bav gonna be first up versus Bark. Bark charging out. Looks he's actually gonna focus down on the Bend the Serpent, taking a lot of damage. Bav charging in with a coordinated assault. So Bark, big damage on the Bark though. Stun to follow, does have a trinket. Mad Mortal Strikes, Mongoose Bite onto Bark, but the might as well be as hard hitting as a Mortal Strike. Big kill shots to follow. Bark somehow surviving it. I think went for a faint death to give himself a little bit of defense. Manic Benedict the Turtle. Bav also got himself a turtle. Freezing Trap getting slotted down for just a second. I think Bav's trying to see if he could freeze the pet of Park. But Bav could be in a bit of trouble. Lots of damage on him. Kill shots could be very, very deadly. Bav, oh, Park does it. I'm taken out. Pav and Park. Two dudes with two names that sound very, very familiar to one another, don't they? Very, very similar. Gonna be a big charge for BD, trying to see if he can deny Park any kind of a reset. Double glaive, and it's gonna bounce off of a pet too, and I think that actually will increase his damage a little bit as well. Stun around the corner before he can respond. Blade ends to follow. Another stun right after BD, trying to see if he can avoid any CC. Park barely alive, but hanging in. Oh, with a rush. Foul rush at the end by BD. Doesn't let him happen. Round Robin. Gonna be up next. Kinder shot immediately after BD. He does trinket it to follow, and that's gonna be also the Shadow Meld as well. I think try to see if he can Shadow Meld maybe an attack by Round Robin. Gonna be a bit of a fear onto Round Robin. BD could maybe give himself a big setup. Cloak shot is for Round immediately. Still could take a lot of damage though. That Fear Sigil does make him a little bit weaker afterwards. Big Kinder shot, Shadow Strikes. Oh, Round Robin does not even give him a chance. It's gonna go for a bit of a Manic Bandage's first aid. Who's up next? Is it Talrion by chance? The warrior? Looks like he's looking at Lucifer. Maybe Lucifer as a demonology warlock. Maybe they're just talking about it. Try to figure out who's going to be next. Looks like it's going to be Punch. Punch versus Red Robin. I like the mount you have too. It's like you're a devious little creature riding a devious little creature. Stun, perfect opportunity for Punch to potentially make some damage happen. Finally got some dots on the Round Robin. Maybe he can give himself a big mind game too. That's where you go for a setup. Big pets are coming in. Void eruptions right after. Does end up going for a void for a Dark Iron Racial. It's gonna get him a void bullets, but does go in for the Vanish. The Shadow Striking right afterwards towards Punch. Does not have access to a trinket for a little bit of time though too. He just recently used the Dark Iron Racial, but it's not like it mattered. Just taking all those dots, shedding them, which actually also increases your agility. Gonna be telling him in the battle stance. Blaze Storm to follow. Round Robin could go for an evasion in case he wanted to. He may want to. Gouge on Tell. Get a shot. Try to see if he can force the trick out of the guy. He's gonna go for some damage. Can he make it happen though? May need a secret technique. Cheap shot. Just going for back-to-back eviscerates. Just put in a big rupture onto Tell either way though. Can Tell connect again? Round Robin at no help whatsoever. He could go down here unless he plays it super carefully. Talrion trying to see if he can hit him through the pillar down the middle. First aid out for the rogue. Kinder shot does force a trick out of him. Round Robin does not press evasion at all. Now he doesn't. Talrion has himself battle stance. Fear on to Round Robin. Does he have a Stormbolt? He does not. Could go for a Warbreaker potentially. Does go for the bleed. Does the bleed connect with Round Robin? I think it does. I think the man is bleeding. It is going to pull him out of stealth too. Does not have the oh, now he has the Dark Iron Racial. Parry up Patel really early on. Round Robin with a blind as he was able to get a defensive on a tell. The warrior is actually even a little bit skittish around the around this dwarven roguish threat. Stormbolt around the corner. Talrion does try to see if he can take advantage of the situation. Big Blade Storm. Does he take down Round Robin? He does get him with a bleed. May need to use the Dark Iron Racial to remove it. He is bleeding out right now. Trying to see if he can make a play right here. Does he do it? Secret technique. Is it enough though? Looks like trying to see if he can make some damage. Shell does catch up a little bit of health. I think he's in a Battle Master trick just to give himself some borrowed health. Round Robin does go in for a Vanish. He still is bleeding. He's still in a tight spot. But at least the Vanish gives him a bit of cooldown reduction. If he has a leap to maybe leap around the corner, he does get a leap. Stormbolt to follow. No outs for Round Robin. Does Tell take him out. Blaze Storm right after. Does not have evasion. Does have feint though. Reducing some of the Blaze Storm damage. Oh, Sippy Cup keeping him alive here. Barely alive though. How is he still in here? Banner down is going to be able to auto attack the banner at no help whatsoever. Will need evasion fear. Oh, I don't think he even died to an attack. I think he died to like a bleed. With OP going to be up next as yet another warrior. Tal just fought through a rogue threat. It was probably one of the toughest matchups for him, but he had to play it super careful. And against OP though, he's gonna have to be even double careful, especially since it's a bit of a chess match. It's another warrior that does a ton of damage OP, in fact, actually changed his build a little bit. He does play into a Spear of Bastion build. So he's going to have that big Spear go. Dropping down the banner really early on. Stormbolt for Stormbolt. Trinket for Trinket. Going to be a Spear of Bastion. Does Dalaran have a parry? He may choose a parry. Trying to go for a Shadow Mode. It's going to be a parry as OP trying to go for a big Blaze Storm. Can crack some Dalaran's defenses. So that's going to be his big offensive kind of gone out of the window. OP taking a bit of damage as Dalaran able to overpower him through his defensive big leap. Trying to make sure he can't reconnect with OP for just a second. The man had himself Stormbolt coming back up very, very soon. Bleed by Dalaran. OP give himself a little bit extra help to work with. Does get hit with a disarm though. Dalaran taking advantage of that situation. Charging back out. Trying to see if he can pressure OP. Eventually his Battle Master Trinket is going to fall off and he's not going to have help to work with. That's going to be a bleed that's going to take him over the edge. Got himself a little bit of the ignore pain, but the bleeds are still going to go through, aren't they? Maybe. Looks like the blades maybe have fallen off, or maybe they are getting absorbed quite a bit into that second wind. But charge back in. Big execute to follow. Got himself a defensive, but not much health left at the end. And Dalaran does end up surviving this one. With Hansberg gonna be up next as a marksmanship hunter with a pet. Got himself a river beast joining in. Gonna be a meter trinket from Hansberg. Tal kind of chilling behind the pillar. As long as there's a pet on him, he can't really do much about it. He wants to go for second win. He wants to get for health recovery. But he can't really do much. As long as Hans just keeps pressuring him with damage, as long as he keeps hurting his health bar, he's going to be okay. Reflect up in case there's a freezing trap to follow. Hans trying to see if he can delay it. That's going to be, I think, a steel trap down. There's going to be a Warbreaker Blaze Trap to follow. Hans could be in trouble right now. This is where Dalaran got the most amount of damage possible into explosive trap or explosive shot. Big fortification of the bear for the hunter just to give himself a little bit more health to work with. Stormbolt, I think it's Stormbolt the pet instead of the hunter, which is kind of unfortunate. Charge back out, big bleed by Tel. He has a pretty decent damage roll into Hansberg. Hans, I think, is just down to the bleeds alone. The man trying to see if he gets some damage to Tel, but I think he's just down to the bleeds and doesn't end going down either way. With Krager, last one over for the team too. And I think he has had so far a track record of giving Dalaran a proper honor duel. I think he's literally going to wait an entire minute until the banner and the avatar are back up. So we're going to be here for an entire minute, chat. How you boys all doing? Stormbolt by Tel, refreshed, rejuvenated, ready to go. Kragar does not take that stun for long whatsoever. Was he pre-banner? He did pre-banner it. Kragar did it. I think he put the banner in the corner. You could barely see it, but it is kind of there. Kind of sitting by the grate. Kragar leaping in. Big fear by Dalaran is going to stump Kragar just a little bit. Does get hit with the disarm. Dalaran trying to see if he can shatter his defenses. Parry up. Dalaran may need a parry of his own. Actually used parry really, really early on. So now he actually has not much to work with. He got to bleed onto Kragar. But he can't really do much. He is still able to tussle with him, even though Kragar had a defensive. Wait, Dalaran turned around maybe? Does he get him? No way! How would you not? I was honestly thinking Kragar was going to pop a parry and then blast you with full damage. But somehow you turn it around. Dalaran is a god. Was that 4? 4! My goodness. This man right here. Well done, well done. I like it. I like it. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. I guess it's the last one, yeah? Unless you guys for some reason want to do more. Yeah, let's get it. Are we doing more or are we done?